Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Year of the Batman. Today's two episodes are it's called An Egg Grows in Gotham. I don't know what the hell that means, and the Yegg Foes in Gotham. So I don't like how they rhymed Gotham with Gotham. I had to look up Yegg. It's Yegg. That's slang for criminal. Never heard that word in my life. I had to just make sure they weren't bullcrapping me. So the villain of these two episodes is Egghead, and I've never seen him in any interpretation of Batman before. I knew of him, like I knew of his existence, but I didn't know like what he did or anything. I could assume he's smart because Egghead is like it's like slang for you're such an egg, you're such a smarty pants. And this casting, it kind of caught me off guard. It was the Vincent Price, and every person in that I've seen in the show, if I recognized the name, it was because I knew like Caesar Romero. I knew Caesar Romero was the Joker, and stuff like that. But like I knew Vincent Price from a myriad of other things, so it was really cool to see him be the villain. So this episode it starts. There's a tour in Gotham City Town Hall, and Egghead he steals the town charter because he wants to go over it real quick. The reason for that is they're coming up on the ceremony to renew the lease of Gotham City because back in the day when Gotham City was discovered, there were three families at the time, which I do like the story for giving some like background stuff on Gotham. So there were three families. It was like the Savages, the Whites, and something. It's not important, but they made a deal with the Mohicans for to lease the land for 9 raccoon pelts. So the deal was it's not important, but every year, every 5 years, the descendants of those families have to bring them the 9 pelts because Gotham City isn't owned by the Gothamites; it's leased to them by the Mohicans. So there is only one Mohican left. He's called Chief Screaming Chicken. A lot of kind of icky stuff with Native Americans going on here, but I mean it is the '60s, so what are you gonna do? So he's the last of the Mohicans, which that's a play on like the famous book from like the 1700s. So Egghead's plan, he's making a deal with Chief Screaming Chicken that like, hey, you're getting screwed every year. All you're getting is 9 raccoon skins. What if we give you like it's some they promise him just a much better deal. So he's like, yeah, I can. If the deal doesn't go through tonight, I'll definitely be on board with that. So the meeting to give them the 9 raccoon skins is like Bruce Wayne and then two other millionaires, and the other millionaires get kidnapped um, because like Egghead, he's trying to make it so, or no, they're not kidnapped. They get threatened to like not deliver the goods. So it's later that night, and Bruce Wayne is him and Dick are like getting ready for like the ceremony. So they get in the car, and the other two millionaires are there, and they're like, "Hey, Bruce, just letting you know, we're getting kidnapped. Egghead, he's the one driving right now," and they all get knocked out with gas. So Bruce, he's strapped to this like weird device. There's like a thing above his head, and then there's another chair next to him with the same thing. And Eggman's like, "Hey, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're Batman because I deduced that Batman is a millionaire that is so rich he doesn't really have to work." And I crossed these two out because one's left-handed and one has a French accent. So I'm pretty sure you're Batman. So I'm gonna use this machine to put your thoughts inside my head, and it's gonna kill you. So yeah, good luck. So that's where the episode ends. It's like, will Batman fucking die? Probably not. So the next episode continues. Robin, he very slyly, when he's tied up, switches the voltage because it can't be under a certain volt, otherwise, like the machine doesn't work. So the machine like spazzes out and it gets destroyed. And during this, Egghead's like, "Oh my god, I was so close," but like all I could find is fucking trivia in your head. You know so many things and it's all worthless. And then Batman later explains to Dick, he's like, yeah, I used like a mental manipulation in my head to block out those facts, but any longer, and he definitely would have found out I was Batman. So thanks for that, Dick. Um, so him, Bruce, and the other two millionaires escape, and Egghead escapes, and it gets to like past midnight, and they miss the cutoff point. So now the lease is up for grabs for whoever the screaming chief screaming chicken wants to give it to. So he leases it to Egghead, and Egghead he fires the mayor, he fires Commissioner Gordon, and he immediately bans Batman and Robin from the city limits. And I'm just like, God bless these villains lately. Like they're so they're locked in. I mean, Ma Parker took over the entire Gotham penitentiary. Music Meister able to destroy buildings with a sound. Like it's so crazy that these nobody villains have just like so much more stakes than like Riddler, Penguin, Joker. Like it's kind of like chump change really when I get to like the main Batman villains, and it's just so funny. So crime erupts in Gotham City. The cops aren't doing anything because they're Egghead's friends, but like regular stuff like littering, no seatbelts, jaywalking, that's like cracked down hard for like the regular citizens. So Batman and Robin, they're like, all right, we got to steal that charter, see if we can find something that can help us out because he's screwing with us right now, and I don't like it. So Bruce and Dick, like as their like normal counterparts, they go to City Hall, and it's kind of funny. Um, Robin's like, why don't you just like use your that utility belt to break it? And because it's in like this glass case. Batman's like, oh well, he would probably suspect it was me if I used my utility belt. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way and just punches the glass like it's nothing, and he takes the charter. So they get back to the Batcave, and they're looking through it, and they find out it cannot be leased to a person that has committed a crime. And obviously, Egghead, he's a super criminal, so he falls under that. So him and Robin, they race back to the like where the Commissioner Gordon and the mayor are, like they're packing up their things. And they're like, hey, you guys, you're back in charge. Egghead, he's done for. Just tell all the cops they work for us again. So yeah. So they figure out that Egghead he's planning to rob the treasury because it was just tax season. So like all that like the tax dollars and what, like the treasury is like filled is what I'm saying. So they're on their way, but they get out of there and they leave Chief Screaming Chicken all tied up, and he's like, "Oh my god, I made a terrible mistake. These guys are no good for Gotham. I should have just like stuck with my gut and just like all that kind of stuff." He's just remorseful of letting them do that. So uh, it's kind of funny. So Egghead's plan. Oh wait. Before I get to that, on their way down when they go see Batman and Robin, when they go seeing the mayor and the commissioner, on their way down, there's usually this bit where whenever Batman and Robin are doing like the climbing thing in season two, there's a lot of cameos from somebody's popping their head out the window. Like one was the Green Hornet and I think Kato or something. I can't remember his name. And like one was like Sammy Davis Jr. This one, I don't know who the guy was, but he was saying that we're just finishing up a trial and trying to figure out the verdict, and they're like, okay, carry on. And he's like, what? And then he goes, hey, guys, we figured out the verdict. Would you mind just leaving the rope? And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Just gonna hang the guy off of the Gotham City Hall like it's nothing. Oh my god. But I thought that was a pretty decent joke. So they find out Egghead is trying to steal the treasury. He escapes, and they're like, all right, so we gotta block off the waterways, got close down the airports, block out all the roads. We got to make sure he doesn't leave town because he's got like $30 million or something. And they figure, well, he has to replenish because he's on a diet of like triple A super fancy white eggs, and they narrow it down to Old McDonald Farm, which is it's kind of hard not to go for that joke. So they get there before he's like, okay, we'll just travel via the sewers. And Batman's like, no, you don't. And a big fight ensues. And this one's actually kind of funny because they had to have wasted 200 plus eggs. I mean, it is just exhausting. Sorry, I had to. A lot of egg puns throughout just because, I mean, what do you expect? You kind of have to in that territory, which, especially with Vincent Price's delivery, you're not bothered. You're just laughing. Um, but once I genuinely did laugh out loud, there's like a scene um, when Egghead, he's like gripping Robin, and beforehand Robin like punched him, he like threw an egg at him, and I guess he got offended, so he takes like an entire egg carton, and like I don't think this was acting at this point. Like Vincent Price, like as hard as he could, just slams an egg carton into Robin's face, and then Robin, I swear, it seems like even harder, smacks him in the head with another egg carton, getting eggs all over. I mean, it is chaos. Like there's one part where Robin, he's like holding a big tray of eggs, and he literally just slams it down onto henchmen. It's just chaos, and I love it. So they're all defeated, and the day is saved. But overall, this episode was another good one. I'm trying to think if there was like anything I didn't really like about it. But I mean, once again, just another amazing plan with a really good execution. It's just so funny that these like lesser known criminals are getting just such like good writing to them. I don't know. I'm just having a fun time. This season, I'm really blown away by this season. I'm enjoying it a lot. But I'd probably have to say between a 1 to a 7, I think I kind of want to give it another 7 because I don't really have anything against this episode. It was just a fun time. So yeah, pretty. I think I like the Ma Parker one slightly more, ever so slightly more, but this one was still excellent. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Bye.